hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? So I'm coming to y'all with another video. So in this video, you guys, I want to do a little update on the Love Island cast, what they've been up to since they left the villa. Expect a couple of these videos up until the reunion and a little bit after the reunion, okay? Before I get started, make sure I hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let me know what y'all think about this video. Now, first I wanted to get into, y'all, is this Times article. I do not, for the life of me, do not know why people cannot separate the fact of Chelly and Ace as a couple. Why can't you guys separate the two? I can get some of the dislike for Ace, which I still feel like some of it's a little bit overboard. But Chelly, to me, the amount of hate, the amount of criticism she's been getting to me is insane. Times Magazine did an article where they titled it "The Most Toxic Communication Habit on Love Island Season 7." As if Huda's not standing there. Like, I'm telling you, a lot of you guys, when I talk about race in regards to Love Island, you guys are like, no, they're not racist. I don't think some of this stuff has to do with race. I'm sorry, it does. Love Island fandom reminds me a lot of Big Brother fandom. They have a lot of similarities. I'm kind of glad I started covering it because it's very similar to Big Brother fandom. I'm peeping, okay? Now, the article starts off with, no more shrieking after receiving a text, no more boom shells, no more dramatic fire pit gathering. Love Island USA scandal-laden 7th season has concluded after crowning fan favorite Amaya Papaya and her boo, Brian, as this season's. For 6 weeks, the show gave millions of people something to talk about, including how the Islanders talk to each other. Forget mindless summer entertainment. It was a lesson in how not to communicate. We pulled a few experts for a chat and asked which communication habits they would vote off the island and why. Reflexive defensiveness. Sabi Harani Luri, a marriage and family therapist in LA, felt very angsty throughout much of season 7. In part, that because of all the drama triggered by the way the Islanders communicated. You see so much good in all of them and so much potential, and you want them to find out what they're looking for. She says, it's so painful when they aren't able to have conversations that might need to deepen a relationship or recover from some kind of rupture. The worst communication habit Lori observed is a reflective defensiveness, an immediate habitual tendency to become defensive at the slightest hint of criticism, even when the other person's feedback is valid. It can manifest as a tendency to deny any wrongdoing or responsibility, shave blame, minimize an action's impact, or simply retreat. This knee-jerk reaction was a recurring theme throughout the season between couples and friends, Lawyer points out, including Huda and Jeremiah, Chelly and Ace, Amaya and Zach, and Ace and Austin, among others. People got defensive very quickly when they were called into a conversation or got any feedback. Their immediate impulse was to protect themselves and defend themselves. Defensiveness shuts down conversations down, inhibits curiosity and reconnection, and escalates friction, Lori says. It leaves little room for understanding or repair and gets in the way of open, honest communication. It can make it really hard to connect or reconnect when someone's really defensive. It creates distance and leads to more conflict. We all want to see ourselves in a positive light. Toxic interruptions. Now, this is the part. The communication habit that irked Joy Parrish the most this season was the Islanders' tendency to talk over one another, sometimes belligerently and at especially ill-timed moments. For example, interrupting apologies. Who could forget the time Huda tried to apologize to Chelly after taking things a step too far? First of all, this article did not even go into detail about Huda, and you guys use that as an example. Not only Chelly, but you guys used Amaya, which y'all know I criticized Amaya in regards to her being so emotional. But what bothered me with this article is they did not go into detail. Huda interrupting people every fucking time, especially when it comes to her couple when they tried to correct her. So why the fuck are y'all using Chelly? Y'all, I'm cussing a lot in this video, so it might not be my time, whatever. Because it irritates me. Why are y'all criticizing Chelly in this article and using that as a main example when Huda has given 15 plus examples? Make it make sense. Like, at this point, it feels like y'all low-key targeting the girl. Like, what the hell? Y'all need to. I couldn't be Chelly right now, I'm telling you, because I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut. You're not gonna keep poking at me and me not say nothing. Like, I'm gonna say something. I don't care. I never minded. Like, no. Chelly, you guys, was spotted recently, y'all, at Disneyland. If y'all were wondering where she is, okay? She's trying to disconnect from the world because of all you haters. So the article says, for example, interrupted apologies. Who could forget the time Huda tried to apologize to Chelly after taking things a step too far in the heart rate challenge? Chelly cut her off mid-sentence, telling her, no, tomorrow we can have a chat, which prevented closure and heightened the tension whipping around the island. The problem was what I see from a lot of the viewers, they did not watch from episode uno. In order for you to have an opinion on this season, you cannot start watching episode 10, 12, midway through Casa Amor. No, you got to watch to episode 1 to know what you're talking about. And I watched from the beginning to the end. And Huda, to me, was given a lot of grace. Chelly and Alondra gave her so much grace, it wasn't even funny. She should change her name to Grace. I mean, the amount of grace they gave that lady, like, it was like abysmal. It was to the point it would make me mad at Chelly because she would be so graceful to her face, but had a lot of emotion in the confessionals. And that was my issue with Chelly. But I know why she was doing that, because she didn't want to come across as an angry black girl who always snapping. But she kept that to a point so much that it bubbled up and she snapped. So to me, using that as an example of toxic interruptions is crazy when we literally had Huda have a whole man by the name of Chris try to communicate effectively, and her toxic ass kept interrupting him. So out of all the examples, you guys choose that is crazy. Another person that needs to get addressed, platform, is the Villa Files. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the guy that was on The Bachelor.
Oh,
Answer it.
can I answer it?
Yeah.
Because Taylor did an interview, Taylor and Clark did an interview with them. And to me, that interview, they tried to basically push their opinions on Taylor. Basically, I feel like they were trying to get Taylor to say some negative stuff about Alondra, and he did not bite. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. He didn't bite, because the way that he would talk about Nick Alondria, one, it was in a form of disgust, which makes me like, now, I don't think this connection is going to last, just because I feel like Nick gets easily distracted. But the way that he would talk about it was in a form if he couldn't believe it. As if Nick, being a white man, couldn't like Alondria, a dark-skinned woman. That's just the vibes I got from it. Sorry. So it like that whole podcast interview, it blew me, because it's like, I hate when people interview and you try to push their opinions, your opinion on the interviewer. Like the guest, my bad. You as the interviewer try to push your opinion on the guest. That's why when I'll be doing call-ins and stuff like that, I'll be telling y'all, don't be agreeing with me just because you talking to me. I'd rather you say your opinion. I'm gonna respect you 10 times more. I hate when people do that. I hate when people lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it was really irritating to me. I feel like people need to really watch the platforms that they really appear on, because you got to look at the history of it before you just hop on there, because you might end up looking sort of crazy. And to me, this podcast sort of made Taylor look crazy because they were baiting him to talk a lot of crap about some of the other Islanders. Don't get me wrong, we all love a good tea session and we all love them to spill, but don't try to make it personal to the point it's coming from your opinion base and you want them to say a certain thing, and you kind of upset about it. That's what it was given to me the whole time. There was a part of the podcast where Taylor and Clark, that podcast that they were on, they talked about how Alondria and Chelly sort of edited themselves so they could protect their image. No, babe, they were just not trying to look like angry black women. And they gave credit to Huda and Amaya for not editing themselves. No, if Chelly or Alondra did what Huda did, they would not have 3 million followers right now. They'd actually have probably 10,000 left.
Conscious about how you're going to come across, and that's just not fun to watch.
Who do you think was most guilty of that?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like at times, like Chelly and Alondra were very like. I mean, Alondra's just got that like beautiful face, the posture. She's just very put together. But you're just like, you saw her kind of crack one time. You're like, there she is. And I'm not saying she's that's the person that she is, but I'm just like, I wish people would just kind of just not be so concerned about it. I don't know. I think that the experience was just a little.
Yeah. I don't fault them for that because again, it's just more giving credit to the people like Huda and Amaya who really didn't edit themselves, because I feel like I would have been more like Chelly, and I'm with you. I feel Chelly played it more close to the vest. She was.
So to me, this is what bothered me with this season is because you guys are rewarding bad behavior. Huda is great TV, don't get me wrong. She's a key. But to applaud her for really, the bitch needs therapy. It's crazy to me. Like, you're applauding her for being a toxic person. Like, this world is out of control. Like, I swear to God. Like, it is out of control. Like, you're literally applauding her for being a gaslighter, insecure, ashamed of being a mom. Like, the list goes on and on. But hey, that is what it is. What it is. On to some other stuff, y'all. So y'all remember Chris's sisters? Y'all know how Chris got the 7 sisters, right? So one of them, y'all, after the finale, had a little something to say. Now, she did not appear in the villa. Now, that's why that's why that damn Chris was so damn scared. This is why Chris was so damn scared about the family members visiting. He was scared that sister was about to pop up, okay? She has some things to say about, women needing to heal themselves before a man could come along. Well, a nigga.
So all I'm gonna say right now, before I get permission, is heal. So when a real nigga comes in your presence, you know how to accept it. Period. And I can say nigga. So all I'm.
Ooh, that was for her, because you can't say. I'm telling you, something about Huda gave me. She said the N-word on the show, but they edited it out. That's my opinion. It is what it is. Okay. Another thing I wanted to show you guys as well is TMZ. You guys caught Iris and TJ sort of linking after the show has wrapped. You see that big embrace? You see big embrace. Na. What's that, Chris? About that's residuals. Okay. Didn't I tell y'all? Okay. Oh, my bad. I ain't even sharing it. Look. Let me go back. Let me go back. See, look. We gotta go to the big embrace. My big embrace. Look at the big embrace. Now that is exploring. Okay. See? Child, TJ don't know if you want to explore or not. And he did the F-boy lean. When you lean against the wall, man, didn't I tell y'all, like, y'all gotta understand this finale was a bunch of BS. I already knew Iris was gonna hop over there to TJ, and Pepe is on his way to Hannah privately with shades on and a big hat so that nobody catches him out in public. Like, I said that already. So that's no shock. And y'all, our favorite Mean Girls have linked up. Ace, Taylor, and Nick. Okay, they have all linked up, entitled, and made a post said the Three Stooges jokingly. All right, I really feel like people take the show a lot serious than they should. Although we have our emotions while watching it, I do feel like after the show, y'all need to like relax. These are people realize that they're living like, and they're in a high intense situation where they're barely getting any sleep. I saw Jeremiah went on a Kai Cenat show, and he said that they get like 4 hours of sleep. I'm like, that's even worse than BB. Like, no wonder Amaya was crying up and down. That girl was tired. She wanted a nap. All right. And one last thing on Nick says he has a lot of things he has to say to Jeremiah when he does, come into contact with him. You know what? You know what's crazy? I feel like Ace got the villain rap, but I think Nick was a big part of the scheming. But I think he's so friendly and so that people are sort of blinded by that. But I think he was a big part of the scheming.
Jeremiah has a book club. I need to speak to Jeremiah. I have a lot of things to say to Jeremiah that maybe wasn't shown in the show. And I saw he didn't follow me on Instagram, so I tried following him, and I saw he didn't follow me back. So I was like, okay, maybe there's some beef to squash, but I don't know what the beef is. So
now, should Jeremiah forgive them? Here's the thing: like, these aren't people that were friends before. So if he doesn't forgive them, is he wrong? In my opinion, no. Y'all weren't friends before the show, and y'all don't have to be friends after the show. Some situations you're allowed to hold a grudge. I would feel a way too if I feel like you ripped the opportunity from me when I could have been kept because it was some sort of animosity and jealousy towards me. So if I was Jeremiah, I wouldn't be able to get it. I wouldn't be able to get over it so quickly. You would have to give me time. That's just how I feel. Let me know what y'all think down below about this Times article, because I'm very interested in what y'all have to say on the topic, because I really feel like that part of the article is very unnecessary. And also the weird Villa files. Like, y'all weird.
Ain't no personal thing.